Just going to kind of cut, and kind of cutting underneath the fish and using the fish as a pattern. And then where the fins are, I can actually use the fish as a template towards the top there. Okay. And so now I'm ready to go ahead and glue that down onto here. And then I can go in with the yellow. Make sure you don't put it upside down. There we go. And any little pieces like right here, I could fill those in with little pieces later too. So the next part is the yellow part, and that's the total bottom part of the fish. So I'm just going to cut along the bottom of the fish using my template to help guide me. And sometimes you cut your template a little bit too, that's okay. And then I also noticed that this bottom part of the fin is actually blue, so I'm just going to snip that off too. And now, the mahi-mahi fish isn't striped like that. It's not like blue, green, yellow. It has more kind of it gradually happens. So before I glue this one down, I'm actually just going to take and snip little pieces back and forth like this. And what that'll do is kind of make it look like it's more gradually changing to that green from the yellow. So I'm just taking my scissors and just making little triangles, and if they don't come out all right away, that's okay. I'm just going to pop them out later. And I'm going to keep those little pieces because I'm going to glue some of those little pieces back on as well. So I'm just chopping away some little pieces off of there. And then I can go back in and pull some of those off of there. And that's how I'm going to do the fin on the top as well. It's just the other end. Don't rip your fish in half. Okay, so now I'm ready to glue that down. Okay, so now I have my mahi-mahi glued down the yellow part. Now I'm going to go in and glue down some of those yellow pieces that I cut out towards the top. So I'm just going to grab a couple of these pieces and just add them in randomly down with my fish. And that just gives it a little something else to look at. I'm just kind of going with a different pattern here. And I go into the tail a little bit. And if you notice the spot needs a little bit more glue, go ahead and do that. All right, take that piece off right there. Okay, now I need the blue for the fin. So, and I know that it is this yellow piece right here that I cut off earlier. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue that on. This is called cheating. I'm just going to glue that on there and cut that out. And if your fish is more than 3 colors like mine is, don't feel like you have to do all of those colors. You can do whichever colors you feel like you need to do. And I'm going to actually take that off there now and glue that down. Okay. And now I'm going to do kind of a similar thing that I did here, only I'm going to add green into the fins up here and a little bit of the blue down here. So, like I said before, I want to kind of give this is real sharp. If we were to see the mahi-mahi on the back parts, these would be very sharp fins. So I'm going to cut those, and I got a piece of paper down here below to collect it. So I'm just going to cut little triangles out of there, and my piece of paper down below is going to catch that. Okay, and that's about as good as I want it to be. So now I'm going to take those little blue pieces, a couple of them, and add those into the green just below my blue. This is a particular color pattern called analogous, and that is when you have colors that are next to each other on the color wheels working together. And this happens to be colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. Yellow and blue together make green, so it's really kind of working well for this particular project. I'm just going to cut out a few more. And then also a little tiny strip that's going to go across here that I want to cover that. And if you have some overlapping where your white is showing that you want to snip off, now would be the time to do that. So I'm going to cut some of that off. So if you're seeing some of that tag board from underneath, you could get rid of that. Okay, so there's my mahi-mahi, and it's going to go on my ocean. And you can decide, do you want it to go this way, or do you want it to go this way? To me, it seems like the water gets darker as it goes down deeper. So I'm going to have my mahi-mahi kind of going up towards the lighter end of the paper. So I'm going to go ahead and glue him down now. And that'll be it for today. The next step is going to be going in and adding some of those details with black permanent marker and my paint marker. So I'm going to wait to do that until the glue is dry. So now we're done with that step 2 for today. Thank you for joining me.